Hey, welcome to the Geek Retreat podcast, the number one podcast for casual geeks. This is episode 38.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
All right, episode 38. I am your host, Steven, and that there is Mick.
What's happening?
And Jason was here, but now he's gone.
Where
and
is
I
he?
don't remember where he went.
Let's play a game.
That's from Saw, isn't it?
That is from Saw, yes.
Oh,
That's
Jason.
that's not a Saw mask, but
Jason, there you are.
There you go.
Hey, wow.
Hi.
How was your trip?
hey, it was spectacular.
It was
Thank you.
good. You're a vampire now. What were you? A ghoul?
I'm a druid.
A druid. All right, that's a D&D.
I'm a mage.
I like
Yo,
it.
Mage.
Now, can you put your hands in your sleeves
Yes.
and you'll be a Sith?
Ooh.
It's a unlimited power.
I'm that voice, that face is perfect.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That
Well,
was like on point.
Jason, you're so awesome. I wish I would have dressed up like you. What do you make, a power lifter?
The sexiest man on earth.
All right,
That's
I'm
what I am.
I'm the laziest man in the. I'm just casual Steven.
Casual Steven.
You're even Steven.
Steven. I love that show growing up, and I used to want to be just like Shia LaBeouf
Whoa.
in that show. Whoa, let there be light.
Yeah.
Hello.
Happy Halloween, by the way.
Yeah. I hope your Halloween was wonderful. I had tons of candy. I didn't have candy. I'm not eating a lot of candy because I'm trying to lose weight. So,
Call me Altair.
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 That's Assassin's Creed, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it is.
Hey, I know things. I know things. Well, cool. Well,
Yeah, there you go, Mick. There,
nice.
Mick got the right
Nice.
idea.
Why do you have a knife in your room? What's up?
It's
with
a
it's a letter opener.
letter opener.
Letter opener.
There
All
you
right.
go.
All right. I'll give it to you. Well, cool. This is the casual podcast for the casual geek. We are three coworkers who get together every week and talk about what's new in gaming, movies, and entertainment and TV. Guys,
Ooh, you got some entertainment news?
there's new stuff.
Like
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian is back. Back again. Yes, he's back.
Tell a friend.
Some people. So this week, actually last Friday, so the day before Halloween, Mandalorian season 2, episode 1 released, and it was awesome. We'll talk about it a little bit because at this point, not all of us have seen it, but we're not going to get into any kind of spoilers because there were some crazy spoilers in this one.
We'll get more in depth later.
Yes,
on another
we're going to
video.
have our spoiler cast later on. It's going to come out midweek sometime. And so stay tuned to that if you want to hear our thoughts and our real thoughts, our in-depth thoughts about The Mandalorian and how this episode went. But overall, it's awesome. And they're doing a good job at creating the Star Wars world and building off of what they have. And I just love the world they're doing. And Baby Yoda is all over it, and
You can sense the connection starting to take
Yes.
place. Like it's starting to link, and I kind of dig that.
yeah,
I hear it isn't Baby Yoda. Like I hear that it isn't.
I've heard this
Everybody's
too.
thinking it's Baby Yoda, but
okay. So I can shine some light on that. It's not Baby Yoda because in the world we know, in the canon we have for Star Wars, takes place after the Return of the Jedi, which is the episode where Yoda dies and becomes a Force ghost. So the reason they call him Baby Yoda is just because he looks like the same species as Yoda, and there's very little in canon on what species Yoda is. So, you know, I I just know like there's just very little. So they call him Baby Yoda, but this episode, the first episode may have it's very in depth and it's very kind of like it might be a stretch, but it may have answered a question on um how the child could be a Yoda species. So I'm really looking forward to talking about it. But it was a great episode. It was really fun and you know, it was a great way to kick off the season. So if you
Yeah.
haven't seen it, go watch it and stay tuned for our spoiler cast that's
And
coming
tell us
up.
your thoughts.
Yeah, tell us your thoughts. So other than that, oh, there's another thing that's new this week. Cyberpunk 2077 has been delayed.
As
Damn
has
apples.
everything 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The worst part about this is this game has been like what's that New Mutants movie that you were talking about? How like it was said and then delayed and said.
Yeah,
So
it
they
was in
like
production limbo for like ever.
yeah, the same thing has gone on with the Cyberpunk game where they have um
What?
What happened?
not recording.
Yeah,
So all right, we should be all normal now. That was stupidity on my part. But I was talking about Cyberpunk 2020 and how they have 2020 2077 and how they have like delayed this game so many times. So the fans were are very upset about it. The internet is on fire right now. Like the company had to reach out on Twitter and ask for fans to like be
settle down.
be civil because they shouldn't be receiving death threats for I'm
Yeah.
serious, like it's crazy. Like
Wow.
people get so just
It's
like
a video game,
it's
people.
a video game. That is like that's the
Yeah.
crazy part of it. Cyberpunk 2077 developers ask for basic human decency after death threats are received over the game's delay.
Stupid.
It's just like
Jeez.
how like the game's not even out. Like how are you so invested in it already?
We need to get rid of those extremists.
Yeah, but how
The
you
people
can't.
that are throwing death threats at people for a video game. Those are probably the ones that are going to be shooting up someplace.
Yeah.
Crazies.
It's really ridiculous. But they released it's actually funny because a while back on our Facebook page, I put out a joke when this whole COVID started. I put out a joke. Cyberpunk made it was the episode we talked about Rickrolling, where Jason learned about Rickrolling for the first time. Because they put out an announcement in their like on their yellow board and then the Cyberpunk logo and everything. And it was the lyrics to Never Gonna Give You Up. But they used the same kind of setup to release this announcement. And I was just like, man, that aged like milk, them messing around. And but it said they had to the game is ready. So like it's basically ready to ship on next gen consoles and PC. But in order for that to happen, they have to test 9 versions of the game for Xbox One and One X, and then compatibility on the Xbox Series, the S and the X, the PS4 and the PS4 Pro, and then the PS5 and the PC and Stadia. So they have to have like all those copies ready to go. On next gen and PC, everything is good. Like everything is the way it should be. What's messing it up is the current gen we have. The game is like having issues on the current game that we're having. So they say it's we're aware it might seem unrealistic when some people says 21 days but 21 days can make a very massive and a difference in a very massive game and complex game. So, they say they have a good game and they've promised it's a good game for years, but
You know what? I say, yeah, make sure everything is fixed and worked out.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
Don't try to just appease everyone and put it out, and then you know it has issues or there's a possibility that
well, and
there's
we
gonna be a
should.
bunch of issues.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I think that is such a like we forget so often of all of the bad releases we've had. Think about like when Battlefield 4 came out. Remember how like crappy that game was? And it was because DICE or like EA just like rolled out this game and they didn't, it was so buggy. And that's the one that sticks out in my head. But I know there's been newer ones that have been No Man's Sky. I mean, well, that was false promising, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't just throw a game out there for the fans that's not ready. So I feel like it's better for them to be like, hey, look, we thought it was going to be ready on time and it's just taking a little longer than we thought. We're really sorry. Please bear with us, but you're going to have it.
Yeah, but the anticipation is gonna grow and grow and grow, and it never stops growing until it comes out, and then people are disappointed, anyways.
Right.
That's true.
I guarantee you, any game they blow the hype out of proportion for years, and it's been postponed and been postponed,
Mm-hmm.
has always been disappointing. At least to me,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, they like God of War, right? Yeah, it was postponed, but they showed a couple videos and that was it, like gameplay videos, and that was it. Hush hush everything. They didn't blow everything out of proportion like this is gonna be the most excellent game in the world.
Yeah.
And this is what they're doing with this game right here. They're all like, this is gonna be the best. Look, Keanu Reeves is in it. This is gonna be the best game in the world.
Yeah.
And it's gonna come out and people will wait decades for it and it's not gonna be appeasing. I'm I'm already set on it not being appeasing. I'm
I,
already gonna go buy the used copy
I'm
of
kind
the
of in
game.
that same boat. I think it's going to be good, but it is a telltale sign of like when even movies like think about like recent like Will Ferrell movies. They get tons of promo and he does all this stuff, and then you go there and you're just like, what the heck was that? Like what's that Sherlock Holmes one he did? I didn't even
Yeah.
see it, and I know it's a terrible movie.
Right.
But it
I
like
couldn't watch that.
he was on like Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel. He was on late night talk shows, like doing all of his things. Showing up at weird, events dressed as whoever Sherlock Holmes, like, and it was bad. And then they show the whole movie. They show the trailers. Like every YouTube ad is a trailer for the movie, and all the good jokes are in the trailer. And it's just like
Yeah, it's like,
you get to the movie and you're like, ugh. It
yeah.
was bad. So I hope that it doesn't. I hope that it doesn't happen with Cyberpunk.
I don't either. I hope it's an
Yeah, I hope it's a
excellent
good game.
game.
It's
But
just hard.
the more hype, the more disappointment I get.
Yeah,
Most times.
yeah. That's usually how it happens.
Yeah.
It's usually how it works out.
Unfortunately,
And I'm
Yeah.
easy going. I like stuff. I mean, it's not hard to impress me, but I do not like repetitive games, and I just feel with everything in my heart that this is going to be one of those games that's just repetitive, repetitive, repetitive. It's going to be cool for the first, hour of the game, and then
Yeah,
it's just going to be repetitive, repetitive all the way to the end.
but I feel so like when people say like games are repetitive, like I don't know. I feel like sometimes I can understand it gets boring, but like if that's the mechanic of the game, like nobody says Minecraft is repetitive, but you do the same thing over and over and over again. But I guess it's a little different because you have like your imagination is what is to stop you. It's not the gameplay that stops
Right.
you.
It's not the gameplay. I could build a different thing. I could work on a different mechanism because
Yeah.
they got the redstone to farm my stuff automatically,
Yeah.
by a push of a button, be able to do a whole bunch of crazy stuff. I mean,
This is true.
that's based off of your own creation, and that's just like putting a pen in a piece of paper, you know what
Yep.
I mean, and drawing.
No, that was a really bad example that I just gave. That was a really, really bad example.
But I know where you're coming from, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I understand where you're coming.
I feel like I need to give Avengers a second try too. I heard there's like a big patch that came out, and so I think I
And
need
did
to.
you ever do the multiplayer? Did you ever do the online?
I tried after the campaign, and I never got in a lobby with anybody. It was always like my, but I had it on week 1, so I don't know. It could have been just that the servers were slow while people were grinding through the missions.
Mm.
Did you get the digital copy?
I did.
Oh, you did.
That's the one thing that like I'm against. That's the one thing that sucks about digital copies is like if you get a stinker, you're stuck with it.
Yeah.
And so if you're gonna go digital, just wait a little bit. Don't get it unless you know a game. I don't know. Cause like Call of Duty, like I like Call of Duty, and I would get like if Modern Warfare, I got that like first week it came out, first week it dropped, I got it, and it was a good game. We got lucky, and it was a really good game. Hopefully, Cold War holds up to the same, um, you know, the same hype, but you never know. It could go awry real fast.
I always look up like reviews on games now before I buy them. I don't buy them day one anymore, just because I'm tired of being disappointed, standing in line at midnight trying to get the game and
Yeah,
for a
Man, but
midnight
there are some
review.
games you know that you're gonna like, right? That you just
Well,
go ahead
I
and get.
know, but I just like I've lost I lost that desire to go wait in a line at midnight to get a brand new game, where I might be disappointed. You know what I mean?
that's just age speaking.
Oh yeah, it could
That's
be
just
age,
that's just age creeping up on you.
but it's
Possibly.
just like probably be disappointed at this shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand in this line at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, no,
But that was always the exciting part of like when I was young and
yeah,
shit, and when like the new Mortal
Yeah, something new's
Kombat or
coming
whatever
out.
came
Yeah.
out, I was like, oh man! And I just had a car, you know what I mean? I was
yep.
like, yeah, I got my little brother come on, let's go get this new game. We go get the game and sit there and line. We're like, oh, we about to play this, right? And then we go home and chill and play the game, and it was an experience in
Yeah,
itself.
the whole thing. Yep.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, even
now,
going there, you like meeting people. You can talk to the people you're in line with. At
yeah,
least
yeah,
I did anyway. We were like, oh, dude, I'm getting
yeah.
ready to play the hell out of this game. Oh, yeah,
No,
me
I'm
too.
about to beat this
Yeah.
shit, dude. I'm about to
Yeah.
beat this shit in 15 seconds.
Yeah.
No, I'm about to be doing
I actually
13.
I never ever went to like a midnight release of a
No,
game.
No,
I did movies. I did midnight releases of movies.
done that
So
too.
I'd go to like the Friday, the midnight Friday.
At the Walmart.
Yeah. No, no, no.
Oh
Like
no, are you talking about
like movie
as a
theaters.
premiere?
Yeah, the premieres.
Oh,
So like I saw what did I see? I saw Revenge of the Sith premiere midnight. That was awesome. It was in like a super obscure is in a super like I was camping at the time and we just happened it was coming out at the same time. So we went and saw it at a theater and I can't remember where we were, but it was like a very small theater, but they had it. We were like, oh sweet, and there was nobody there.
remember that feeling that like that exhilarating feeling or whatever
Yeah.
when you're young and you're out on your own doing something crazy like that? Not
Yeah.
crazy, but you know what I mean?
No, yeah. It's like
You're like you're out with your friends, you're like experiencing all this stuff for the first time and you think you're bad and know everything because I'm out and all that stuff. And then you're old and then you look at back then you're like, I was so stupid.
I thought I was so cool. I
I
thought that
thought I was
outfit was
so cool.
awesome.
I thought that shit was
Look
fun.
back and cringe at
Now
it.
I'm like,
now.
what was I doing standing there for 4 hours in the rain to get that stupid game? Or
To get
watch that stupid movie?
Mario Kart.
yeah.
Wasn't
I
even
used to
that
do that for
good.
movie screenings, like before they come out. You know how they screen the movies.
I've never done
I was
that, and I
part of a
want to do
screening
that.
club. Yeah, that's
How
it's
was it?
pretty awesome, but it's like the more popular the movie is, the longer you have to wait. Of course, obviously,
Yeah,
because they give you tickets, quote unquote tickets, but they're not seat tickets. They're first come first served
yeah,
tickets.
yeah.
So it's like you got to be there before anybody else. So you're lining up and I don't know, it's kind of like the time is money thing. Because what would you rather spend your money on the movie when it comes out, or do you want to spend a little extra time waiting and watch it for free?
Right.
But I watched a lot of movies that way, man. And actually, Batman vs Superman was one amongst the movies I went to go see.
Did you ever
Before it.
have to sign like a NDA?
No,
Like you were able to talk about him and everything?
yeah,
Okay, that's cool.
yeah. So that they do. I mean, depending on the movie, they do go as far as make sure when you're walking in that you're turning off your phones and stuff like that, and
Oh, really?
things like that, so that you're not recording it. But no, we never had to sign anything.
I was just talking today with some guys that about a theater I want to go to. It's the Alamo Draft House in Texas.
Hmm.
And it's like it's actually like a very like hoity-toity theater, and they're all about like the atmosphere of like going to a movie, and they want to hold true to those like the old school atmosphere. And so when you go, you can't you can bring your cell phone in, but you have to like turn it off, and you have to like be there for the movie. You can't like no talking, no, you know what I mean?
Right.
They do serve food and stuff like that, but like I mean, you could enjoy the movie, but like it's like very like you go up to the box office and you have to get your ticket. There's so I want to go just for that. I like, you don't share it, just go there and enjoy the movie, enjoy the experience. Don't make it about taking pictures and I don't know. It's kind of I want to try it. I want to see what it's like.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, man. I mean, I haven't done one specifically like the one that you talked about,
Yeah,
but sometimes like you get one where like some of the actors come up to the theater, man, and like they
that'd
talk
be
before the show and stuff.
that'd be so awesome
Yeah,
to meet an actor at a premiere.
yeah, I know,
Oh my
right?
god! Oh my god!
Didn't that happen a bunch with Avengers? Didn't
Hmm.
a bunch of people show up to theaters like
Yep.
Mark Ruffalo and stuff like that?
Yeah, especially if you're in the LA area, that's of course that's where they're at. So a
Yeah,
lot of the LA premieres, yeah, they're gonna be there.
the big premieres.
Hmm. New York probably even, but LA for sure.
Yeah,
I only get starstruck with like certain people. You know what I mean? Because I've seen famous people like in LA. When I went to Hollywood and walked the strip, I saw a couple of famous people, but
Hmm.
I was like, oh, that's cool. But I wasn't like, I didn't go up there to go take pictures or anything.
Yeah.
But if I saw like Jack Black or something,
oh yeah, dude,
I'd be
that'd
like,
be awesome.
oh, dude, I gotta take a picture with you.
Or if
Or
I ever saw
Joe Rogan or something.
yeah, or The Rock. That's
There's only certain people I
Right.
would get starstruck,
yeah.
but other than that,
I've like never really seen any famous people. I saw one guy, a football player. His name is Brian Greasy, and I saw him in Tahoe once, but I didn't even like I barely even knew who he was. Like my buddy was the one who saw him, and we were like, "Hey, go talk to him." And I guess he played at Michigan, and so he went there, and my buddy's a huge Michigan fan. He was like, "Oh, so nice to meet you," and he was like, "I felt so stupid." Or like, "No, that's awesome, dude." Like you know who he was, but like that's the only person I looked at. He was sitting at a high rollers table, so I was like, "Wow, he's way out of my league." And then like I was just like, I don't know anything about him. I know he's a football player. That's it. And
yeah, I went to high school with a couple NFL football players.
yeah,
Hmm.
I played
One's still
in some.
playing. One was Cody Galea. He was going out for the Colts. I think he got hurt or something. And then another one is Ethan Westbrooks. He actually played for the Rams, and then he played for. I'm not exactly sure, but he's still playing. He's
Yeah.
still in the NFL. And there's
Wow.
another one, but I can't remember his name.
The problem with football players is like
Brendan.
the problem with football players is like you don't get to see their face ever. So like I wouldn't really
Yeah.
recognize them because they always have a helmet and
Right.
pads on it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I guess okay, yeah. I mean,
Unless you're really like
unless
really
you're really
fans of
into
it,
that,
that's
yeah,
it.
you're really into the team and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So speaking of fans, Jason, I see you have a couple new additions on your wall
Oh,
and on your shelf. You weirdo.
I'm telling you, he has an obsession. That's
Jason's
what
got
are you talking about?
a little obsession. For those of you who are just listening to us for the
Who's
first
it? Oh,
time,
yeah.
Yeah, and for the audio listeners, Jason had some he had one specific Wonder Woman poster on his wall last week, and he's added a few. He took Mick's advice and added a few.
Yeah,
but I don't
that
see
was your
I
advice,
don't see
Mick.
Catwoman.
I was trying to
Well, it's
ask
kind
for
of
some
darker. So
variety.
this one right here is kind of
So
darker. So
you
it
can
kind
use
of
your imagination
resembles
and
yeah.
think of it as Catwoman.
I put more women. I put more powerful women up there.
Yeah. Powerful.
Evil.
Powerful. Powerful.
Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman.
All
What do you
powerful
need?
women. Yeah.
What else you need?
More
Wonder
power.
Woman. And I got a statue coming next week.
Yeah, next week you're gonna have a life-size cutout. That's funny. No, so have you guys been watching any new movies or anything lately?
No, I don't think so.
No. My brain has literally turned to Star Wars mush. I've been doing like my backlog on catching up. I rewatched the whole season from last week. We talked about it. I rewatched it one time. I've rewatched season 1 again twice. So
Of the Mandalorian.
Of the Mandalorian, yeah. So I watched it 3 times in total in the past like week. But it's that easy to rewatch. It's so good, and you just put it on, and it's good to have it on. Yeah. And then I've been watching some Clone Wars stuff because they talk a lot about the Mandalorians in the animated Clone Wars series. So you can go listen to that. And then Star Wars starts popping up, and I put it on my, YouTube, and I get recommended videos. And I watched a 4-hour-long video about how to kill a franchise in one movie. And so it was good. The guy was right on point with everything. It sucks too, because at the very end, he was talking about how like the writing was terrible and there was no character development, which I agree with everything. In the last trilogy.
Agree with those things you said.
Yeah. So, and then he was like, so if I were writing it, this is what I would do. And he gives out this whole, like, what the whole story would look like. And I was like, gosh, dang it. Like, I want to see that movie now. What the heck? Like, give me that movie. And he's talking about like Rey having, she's such a Mary Sue. So like to have a conflict that breaks her down, or have her, like, the reason we couldn't get behind her going to the dark side, which was like a big push in the last movie, why it felt so like unnatural and forced, is because like she never had any conflict with like Anakin did, where he found he was stronger in the dark side, and like the temptation of power led to Anakin's like the fall, right? And so that never happened with like Rey or anything like that. And I was just like,
she was already powerful.
Yeah, she was already powerful enough, and there's no temptation to go to the dark side.
Right.
So, yeah. So I've just been watching Star Wars.
So you didn't. So because we tasked you with watching a couple movies already, so you didn't watch Suicide Squad then?
Nope, I forgot all about that. I need to watch Suicide Squad. I'll watch that this weekend, I promise. And I'll be able.
What about? Did you guys check out that movie I was talking about? That Over the Moon.
No, I looked at it. I was about to watch it this week, and I was like, Zohan.
Zohan. Yeah. There you go. That's a good one.
Oh wow.
That's all my son watches now. He just sits there and claps at Zohan the whole time.
You watch it with your son?
Yeah, that's the only thing he wants to watch.
I guess he can't understand what's going on.
You don't understand.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's not really anything like super crazy in that.
What are you talking about?
What's crazy?
That dude's got a massive, like, he wears the super tiny shorts, and his bulge is all big, and he's
you don't know what that is. The big old bulge. He just
Oh.
was like, oh, that's normal. My dad's just like that.
That's weird. Mick, that is really weird.
Mine's gonna look like that when I get big too.
You freak of nature.
You would have been better off with the Over the Moon, an animated movie for your.
That's the one that. So the Over the Moon one. That's the one you were talking about last week. Your quote was from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good movie, man. I mean, I liked it for what it was. It was. I don't know. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it, and then even my son was sitting there watching it too for a while, and like, he's a little young kid.
Oh, it's like this little animated
and so he
one?
loses attention span fast, but he didn't lose it with this one for a while. He was watching it, so he was into it.
My kids have probably
Eventually he lost interest, but
my kids have probably seen it actually. They've been watching all kinds of stuff. I don't know. They get on Phineas and Ferb, and we can watch Phineas and Ferb in our house for
I got
hours.
squirrels in my pants. Yeah.
Just so everybody
can
knows,
dig.
my son's like 1 years old. He don't understand anything. He just sees action
I'm
and
glad
jumping.
I'm
Disco,
glad you
disco, good,
clarified
good.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You guys, my son is getting ready to turn 4 years old on Tuesday. We're gonna do a
That's
little
crazy.
birthday celebrations for him
Oh,
over the
today,
weekend.
today, when this is airing, not when it's going out, is my daughter's birthday.
Oh.
Happy birthday, daughter. I won't say your name. Happy birthday. I love you. You're the best. You're the best daughter. You're my favorite daughter.
You're my favorite.
She's my only
She's the
daughter.
only one.
That's what you tell them. Yeah, so this week has been kind of slow for me. I was on call for work, so I didn't get to I got to just like listen to some stuff, listen to some podcasts. And that was about it. I didn't get to watch movies or nothing. But I'll get on it. Suicide Squad. I need to get on it.
I want to talk about that real quick.
What do you want to talk about?
You okay with your kids watching like Aladdin and all those old school movies? The original versions?
100%.
Well, there's dicks and all that stuff in there.
There's not. That is so. Oh my gosh. I'm glad you
they
brought this
are.
up. Let's clear this out. That is so like that's people looking for stuff that want stuff to be there and they're finding stuff.
Legitly, those things are in those movies.
I can get like the air. Okay, so let's talk about them. So there's the
dick, sex. There's a whole
wait,
bunch
wait,
of sexual innuendos for the parents to catch and be like, oh.
So there's some of what there's legitimate stuff in there, like Mick is saying, but then there's also the people, Steven, that you're saying that are out there that are like, let me find these things. So it's a combination of the ones that Steven, your people are finding the legitimate stuff that's in there though, because there are a bunch of stuff.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about then, because I don't ever. Maybe I'm just
You've never seen the stuff that's in there?
Give me a specific example.
Like, okay,
The Lion King, when he falls down, when he's talking to his father in the sky, he plops down, and like dust comes up, and the dust actually spells sex.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
It does not.
It does.
Why
and
would
then
they put
also
that in
in like
there in that moment?
old movies, I forget which one it was. I don't know if it's like Snow White or something old like that, but there's actual like phallic symbol.
So and it looks like a penis.
So yeah, that's okay. So that one, listen to me. Don't try to come at me with Disney stuff, okay? That is from the Little.
It's the only thing you ever watched as a child, so you're defending it. I understand.
That's from the Little Mermaid. And that was on the original case of the VHS of Little Mermaid. That was the only thing that was phallic about it. It did look like a toy, but they changed it. They went back and they changed it because
there's other ones too that I don't have at the top of my head.
If you go look at the whole sex thing from Simba, that's after. It's not when it's after him and Nala rekindle their love for each other and they run into the field and they plop down on the grass and the thing goes up. It just is supposed to be like a wisp of stuff. Somebody went in there and like you have to really use your imagination to see the word sex in there.
No, you don't.
No, yes, you do.
There. It's blatantly there.
No, you don't. I'm gonna put a picture up right there of the spot we're talking about. Okay. And
I'm gonna put it on our Facebook page.
It's not there,
so you can actually see it.
And so the other one is from Little Mermaid 2, and it's not from number 2, also 2, TOO2. It's for when the priest. It's the like erection that the priest gets. Have you ever seen that one?
Oh no.
Yeah, it's like people talk about it. It's literally like the artist drew, because you have to think about how those movies were drawn, especially like those really older ones. They're drawn like frame by frame, right? And so they had to make sure everything matched up. You'll see him have like it's like a flip book, right? And so they had to draw it, and it's just his kneecap. It's the like crease in his pants, like moving down a little bit. That's it.
Okay, if you. I'll give you that one. You can explain that one away.
Stretching,
but how do you? You even just said on the Little Mermaid one on the case they had it on there. How do you explain that then?
I don't.
And,
Maybe-
if they had to change it, there was a problem. So they actually did it. So how do you explain that then?
Right. So there's multiple
They're doing
versions
it.
out there with the original that had it on there, and then there's versions of it
Right.
where it's not on there. So of course you're going to be able to pull out some stuff on the
Right.
internet that shows that's not what it was. You know what I mean? But the original versions obviously had these things in there. I get the purpose because
Right. So here's the thing. It wasn't so like we all know King Triton's castle, right? It like has the spires that go up. It's like embedded in the big one. I mean, yes, it looks like it. But what I'm saying is like I don't think the artist draw it was like let's see who's gonna find this out and like drew it to
Yeah,
make it
that's
look
probably
like
what's
that.
exactly
yeah,
what's
that's
happening.
exactly what
That's
happened.
exactly because if not, how can you? Okay, I get one error. I get maybe two errors. But if for you to be known to have stuff in your movie, there has to be a lot of stuff going on.
Disney is well known.
Yeah,
for
they're
this
known
stuff
for
and
this. So these are not a
a
bunch of
massive amount
accidents.
of stuff.
This is blatant either
Now, okay, so like
perverseness or something, whatever else you want to call it.
so I'll give you like okay, so the one I can think of that's definitely like the adult like a joke that adults
Just
are gonna
one.
get.
Just
Okay,
one.
I'll give you one.
There's only one.
There's only one.
I'll give you one.
We've named a few of them
It's in
already.
Toy
but-
Story. It's in Toy Story when it's actually in Toy Story 2. Buzz is standing on the bed and they meet Jessie for the first time. Buzz meets Jessie for the first time. And she's like, that little doggy's trapped. And she jumps off the thing and does the loop and jumps up and grabs onto the door and pulls back. And what does he do? He stands on the bed and his wings go boom, boom, and he's like flashing. Like he's turned on. Right.
See?
And so like no kid got it. I mean, I don't think kids are gonna get it.
No, kids
not-
don't
it's-
get that.
no, they
stuff.
don't get
That's
it.
Why
Yeah,
they
that's-
put the artists put stuff in there because kids they're gonna see a castle, but I'm gonna look at that castle and be like, "There's a dick right there."
So
Right?
yeah,
That's
okay.
that's like the purpose of it. I get it. I'm not mad at it.
You know what's
kid can
funny?
Look at it and not know what the heck's going on. Like that's why when I play Zone, I know that my kid's not gonna see what's going on. He's 1 year old. He's not gonna capture that.
Okay. So
You know what's funny is that like you started this with like, well, I don't know what you're talking about, and then now you're naming yourself
Yeah.
all these things.
no, but like,
But like
I
you
know,
know, but you just
And
want
that
to
was
defend
like
it.
a low key one. Like that's
I
not.
know
Yeah.
those ones have been brought up. See, like, okay, so here I'll read off some that I did know, and now that you're saying it, like,
Wait, who's Shrek by?
Shrek is terrible. That's by DreamWorks,
As-
and I don't.
Isn't
let my
DreamWorks
kids
part of
watch- No,
Disney?
it's not. And
No.
I don't let my kid watch a lot of DreamWorks videos because they are blatant, like the one where Pinocchio's wearing a thong and like all that kind of stuff, and it's just like he's like, look, we need to get Pinocchio to lie, and because they need him to poke something on the wall, and they're like, say something crazy like, I'm wearing a thong, and like in the movie, that's what they says, and so Pinocchio's like, I'm wearing a thong. Nose stays like,
What's wrong with that?
Doesn't
I
go
wear
wrong.
thongs.
you're okay with your kids watching that,
Yeah,
but what you guys are so hypocritical.
I wear
What?
a thong. What's wrong with that?
That's disgusting. What?
It's wearing an article of clothing.
That's so
Yeah.
weird.
It's an article of clothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is it? But
Yeah.
what's the intention of that clothing, right?
Dude, the kid is. I didn't even recognize that thing until
Then
you
what's
told me
the-
right now.
Then what's the big deal with the Disney stuff? Why are you going hard at the Disney stuff and you're not?
Because
They
you're
do it
going-
so often, and it's
No,
so
they don't. No, they don't.
they got a reputation for themselves.
Oh
eventually.
my gosh. Okay, so here's a
My
funny
thing is, if it's okay to have a show called Uncle Grandpa
Here we go.
that rides a
Bring that
tiger
back.
that flies because it farts rainbows, right? I think I could let my son watch Zohan. I think I could let my son watch Disney movies. I think I could let him watch a lot of things. Uncle Grandpa. Look at the. Have you seen that show?
Yeah, I
No,
I
it
know what show
exists?
you're talking about.
What does that consist of? Uncle Grandpa, just the name of it. Not
It consists of I worked this out once. It's like you divorce your wife and then marry. Oh no, your son or your child has a wife. They divorce, and you marry the child's wife, and then you be the uncle grandpa, which is weird. It's really weird. It's really gross. It's like incest. Um,
That's what I'm saying. Like the shit that we're watching, like there's so
Incest
much
is
other stuff
legal in
that's like
some states here.
crazy.
yeah.
Just
But
you
it's
guys-
okay
just to
that
point that out to you guys.
huh?
I just want to point that out to you that incest is legal in certain states.
Oh, I understand that.
So okay, so it's
Oh yeah. Okay.
so to us because
Yeah,
we've
that's
been
true.
raised that that's bad. So some people it's
Nah,
not.
it's okay.
Empires were built by people having
Oh yeah. No,
yeah.
I understand that. You know, the blood got to be the same.
Pure.
Pure.
Yeah.
Look
My
at Gladiator. He was gaming on his what was his sister or was his cousin or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, his sister, wasn't it?
Yeah.
this show took a weird turn.
Yeah.
This episode.
Anyways,
Doesn't it always?
Disney is dirty, so don't give me
Yeah, don't
shit
defend
about
it, Steven. You
Zohan.
know it.
But
Deep
that's
down.
different. That's Zohan is not a kid's movie. That's what
Doesn't
I'm
that make
trying-
it worse?
Yes,
For Disney?
that's what
That makes it worse for Disney because
Right,
it's
'cause it's a
catered to
kid's movie.
kids, and you're putting that stuff in a kids movie.
They're not.
Right.
Oh my goodness, this is
Right.
crazy.
That's like
They're
that's
not what?
like
What is your argument to this? I'm curious to know what your argument is.
It's not in. It's not like so in your face about it.
But it's in there.
Other stuff is it's in there, and it's stuff the parents will be like, oh, that's funny. But like,
Zohan never shows a dick.
doesn't he? Like,
Zohan never shows
doesn't
the
he?
Remember, I
word
can't say
sex.
that.
Isn't there a part where he like stands on a car in the middle of the street and he's like air humping?
He's dancing.
Isn't that how he like shoots people? He like goo, and like he shoots them.
No, what movie? What are you
I'm
talking
pretty sure
about?
that's Zohan.
No,
I haven't seen Zohan in forever. So I just knew it was really overtly
no,
sexual.
but there is when he's dancing, he's all like doing the hip thrust, but it's not like you could see it as dancing, not just humping. Oh, I'm humping.
I'm just saying that Disney
Look,
is not
she's
as
warm. Remember when he's like, he was trying to show the other hairstylist like the way he does stuff, right? And obviously he takes her in another room, and you just see the wall shake. You don't see.
Oh,
exactly
wonder what
what's
that
going on.
means.
Well, the kid don't know what that means. He's like, oh, there's earthquake. Oh yeah.
So wait, but that's okay. But like Disney's Buzz Lightyear with the wings is not.
It
Yes, because I
showed
just
No,
specified
I'm
the
not
difference.
saying that.
There's
That's
this
like
movie that's
low-key.
not supposed to be meant for them to watch it in the first place, and then there's movies that's for them where you're still putting stuff like that in there that's
So if
inappropriate.
there's sexual innuendos in a movie that's not for kids, it's okay for my kids to watch it because they won't get it.
I never said that. That's up to you as a parent. Your
That's up to
discretion.
you as a
But
parent, yeah.
you know by the rating that whether it's designed or made for kids or not, whether it was the
Right.
intention was for kids. And normally the movies that you guys are talking about are not geared towards kids, but Disney is. That's the difference. So if
Yeah, I'm
you're
not gonna show my.
geared
I'm not
towards kids, and you're putting that stuff in there.
I'm-
Then there's a problem.
right. I'm not gonna show like Saul to my kids. I'm not gonna show striptease to my kids. You know what I mean? Like a whole bunch of I'm not gonna show things that are like blatantly out there where there's a penis hanging around there and boobs
got you.
showing
Yeah,
and all
Mickey.
that stuff. But you know what I mean? I'm not gonna show them things that are appropriate. It's just what's at the
But
time.
wait, Steven, I
Yeah.
wanna allow you time to talk. I wanna hear you defend
Yeah.
Disney. I wanna hear your reasoning.
I just think that I don't know. I don't like it that it's in there, and I'm not justifying it that it's in there. So maybe I'm a hypocrite about it or whatever. But I would say that more times than not, Disney is like the better alternative than some crappy show by some movie. Like literally, we're calling a show Puss in Boots, and like I'm not gonna let my kids watch that movie. You know what I mean? Like I
Just
just
based on the name.
yeah, and it's all like he's like a yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
But he is a puss.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. It's just a different
There's
it's
different
just a different
definitions.
I know, it's just a different parenting style though.
Right. No, I totally get it.
So I'm just trying to like protect them, and obviously like I can't protect them from everything, but I think it's crazy like when you said DreamWorks, like you're okay with your kids watching like Dream Shrek where this Pinocchio is wearing a thong and he like it literally gets pulled up out of him and he gets hung by it.
Hmm.
And you're okay with that, but
I'm totally okay.
you're not okay with because that let's talk about the Lion King thing. That says FSX, by the way, because it stands for special effects.
Oh, it
That's what
doesn't.
they're
It doesn't say that. That's what they try to clarify it as. They
that's
try
what
to.
it was
That's
initially
what they
written in
try
it for.
to.
But that's what I'm saying.
So why
Like
would you put that in there?
Why would you put that?
it's a nod to the special effects department.
I don't buy it.
Why would they put sex in there? Why would they feel to put that in there?
Because it's
'Cause
funny.
that's what they have been doing. That's what they've been doing for
They've
the
been doing
past
that. Yeah.
decade with their
That's the
movies. They've been
thing.
trying
I
to
don't
put
know.
stuff in there sneakily.
I feel like I'm the odd man out here. Like you guys are okay with your kids overtly having like super overtly sexual stuff in a movie. You're okay with them watching that, but you're not
I never
okay,
said that, by the
but
way.
you're
I don't
not
know where that's
okay
coming from.
with like a very like subtle innuendo that's put in there. That's what I'm getting. That's what
At that
I may
point,
be
I
wrong
feel
about
like
it.
I feel like that like the thong thing you're saying is subtle to me. Like they don't know what the fuck a thong is. You know what I mean? They just say, "Oh, it's underwear." You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Like they're not paying attention to every single word. They're just seeing the action that's going on, and it's funny that dude's giving them wedgie or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's even me as an adult looking at Shrek, watching Shrek. I don't pick. I don't see anything that's inappropriate. You know what I mean? To
Yeah.
show a child. I know there's innuendos that are thrown in there, and I think it's for the parents because they're more able to pick up on these things that children can't pick up on.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same thing with Disney. Kids they see dust, but me, I see the dust. I'm like, oh shit, that smelled sex, but my kids didn't
But that's
see
the thing.
that.
I guarantee you, when you first saw that, you weren't like, "Oh, that said sex." You were like, "That looks like it might have spelled something." And that was the end of it. And you're like, "Oh, back onto the movie."
Somebody caught it. I didn't. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
I didn't catch it until I saw it on the internet somewhere.
Exactly.
Right.
But that's the
But-
thing. It's like one voice who says like some random person on the internet like, "Oh, this is."
Yeah, but then when you go get the original copy of the movie and then you look up these things, because I had a box of the original VHS Disney videos, and I actually looked these things up when I was in high school and was looking for these things. I thought it was funny that I never noticed this as a
Yeah.
child.
Right.
As a high schooler, I went back and looked at all these things because I never noticed all these things as a child. And because I didn't notice it, I'm assuming that my child isn't going to notice it.
Right, but that's the beginning of the original conversation. Was like, you're okay with letting your kids see that after seeing like sex written in the
My
dust?
kid is not going to see it though.
Okay.
They're not going to be they're not going to be able to pick that up. I'm just like
I
saying,
get you.
like,
I get you.
it's to its own. Whoever wants to raise their child the way they raise a child. Nobody's trying to tell anybody to raise their child in a certain way or whatever. Where I'm just saying, I have no problem letting my kid watch a Disney movie, nor or
DreamWorks.
The
a
Zohan.
DreamWorks movie or Zohan, right? Because there's not actual nudity in it,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
There's not a bunch of cussing in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things in it that says, okay, this is an okay movie that's not gonna make him a terror. But Look at me.
yeah,
You know what I
Look where
mean?
that got me.
Like,
Yeah, no,
I
I feel
mean,
you.
and I could be a complete, professional individual and not cuss and all that. I
Yep.
try my best when I'm in an environment like this where we're having fun, having a couple beers or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, like I don't want to blame these things, but I want to make them known that they're in there
Yeah.
across the board.
you can't
Basically,
ignore them. They're
right?
there.
You
You
can't
can't
ignore
ignore.
it.
Yeah,
But are kids gonna pick up on them? I don't think so.
probably not.
No, I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so.
so.
I've been thinking of other ones as you guys have been talking. There's a scene in Aladdin where it's where something, I think it's when Jafar is like getting angry. No, it's during the Prince Ali thing, and the genie, the like ground is like starting to shake, and the genie's like, I didn't think the ground was supposed to shake until the honeymoon.
This dude is pulling out lines verbatim.
Yeah. And
I
then
know.
there's another
Right?
one. Then there's another one. Like in Cars, when when the twins meet Lightning for the first time, like, we're your biggest fans. And what do? Do you remember what they do?
No.
They're Miatas, right? They're the Miata twins. And what are famous about Miatas? Their headlights. And their headlights lift up and down. And so they go, Lightning, we're your biggest fans. And they go, ka-chow. And they light them up and then they put them down. Well, what's it called when you like, when somebody has their high beams on?
Flash.
You flash them.
Yeah.
And so they're like flashing lightning. But they do it with like their headlights. Maybe they are, man. I want to start vetting Disney movies now. You guys
That's
just
the
made your
point,
point.
because these. How are you going to get these parents? It's a way to get the parents involved
Yeah.
and laugh about this certain. I understand why it's in there, but they have a basic understanding that kids at that age don't understand a lot of things. They just see the picture and they see it's moving. See, there's a wedgie. I bought a wedgie. My cousin gave me a wedgie.
Yeah.
Oh dang! You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not.
Well, that's like, I don't even let my kids watch, like, my son, like Captain Underpants, man. That kid wants to watch that stuff. I don't let him watch that stuff because it's literally all like fart, poop, and it's not like edifying. I don't know. That's not the right way. I'm not all like, my kids got to learn every time they watch something, but it's like really dumb stuff.
Right.
That's why I like we watch in our house a lot of Phineas and Ferb, a lot of Sherman and Mr. Peabody. I don't know if you guys ever watch him. It's like he's like a little dog who has the dog has an adopted son that's a human boy, and they go on like adventures, but they go back in time to like real life events that happen, and it's like a big history lesson. And so we like let our kids watch that kind of stuff where like it's not just mind numbing like wedgie, the fart, poop. That's what Captain
Yeah,
Underpants
they're
is.
actually learning from it.
Yeah. So
Or could be. Yeah.
could be potentially, probably not, but the results are still pending. So
No, that's good though.
Yeah.
That's good.
so I don't know.
You try your best as a
Yeah,
parent.
you do.
We
And there's-
don't know the outcome. We're not handed a
A
notebook,
manual.
a
Yeah.
manual to do this. You just do it the way you're raised, and
Yeah.
you do the best you can. You know what I mean? I just my view on raising a child is just like, I don't know. I don't want to shelter my child to the point where he is actually out in the world, gets out in the world, and he goes crazy because now he's free.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you hear stories all the time. A kid, straight A student, goes to college and then
Goes nuts.
blows
Yeah.
away because my parents are here. I can smoke weed and do all this crap, and they do that, and then they blow off their college career. I'm not saying that's happened to because every personality is different. Every person is different. Every child is different.
Yeah. It
You know what I
does.
mean? But
It does happen
if-
though.
I just go off my experiences, and that's how I was raised in a strict
Yeah.
environment. I mean, there are certain things I had leniency when it comes to movies and stuff like that. But when it was time for me to get my own stuff, I was like,
I can do whatever now.
what? I could do whatever I want. I'm gonna do whatever I want. You know what I mean? And I had to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
And then I eventually got to the place I am now. You know what I mean? I mean, I could probably been in a better place, but I couldn't ask for anything better because I
Right.
have my son, my
No,
wife, and all that
we're
stuff. But
blessed where we are, and
right.
yeah.
But like I'm just saying, like in my experience, that was my uh, growing up in a strict environment. I went crazy there for a
Yeah.
minute because I had that freedom.
Yeah. I would say though, on that
But
same page, like I grew up in a pretty strict environment too, but
Yeah.
I think this does tie into a lot. Like I feel like media, especially, we know, like I'm not going to get political or anything like that, but we know media has a big like pool in culture,
right,
I would say, right? Like, and so I think we need to be careful about how much we do, because this is going down a road I don't want it to go down.
well, social media,
But like
like
you
social
have to
media, I
be,
don't.
you as the parent know what is right and what is wrong, like for you, right?
Right,
And so like you have to be on guard for your kids because they don't know. And so
right,
I can't just be like, well, here's a smorgasbord of like social media, go nuts and figure out who you are and who you want to be.
right,
Like, well, no, okay, let me help you like steer you in
right.
the right path.
Right.
I feel my you know my outlook is like the best way to handle it, because you have no control over your kid's life. They're gonna do what they're gonna do no matter
Yeah,
what, especially
yeah,
when they get that age.
for sure.
You're like, oh, dude. And then you're
Mom and
gonna be
dad aren't here.
challenged as a
Yeah,
parent. You're gonna be challenged as a parent, like, okay, do I get down on him or do I not? So he doesn't resent me and not want to see me. You know what I mean? No, I want that relationship with my kid.
yeah,
So like me, I already know my son is going to be introduced to these things whether I want to or not,
yeah,
right? Whether I want to or not, he's going to be exposed to drugs and all this stuff. But me as a parent, I feel my job is to be there when those moments happen and explain to him, this is what's going on.
yeah.
This is what drugs are,
Yep.
right? And this is what it could do to you. And I'm going to try my best, to
Yeah.
steer you
Don't go
away from
down that
these
road.
things.
Yeah.
But even if he did, I had no true control. He's
Right.
his own person. But I'm going to do my best when those situations, like on a movie, he sees a drug deal or whatever. I'm going to explain that to him right off the bat. I'm not going to be like, no, 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 no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no. I'm going to be all like, hey, this is what's going on. If you know what I mean, that's
Yeah,
that's
if
what
he asks.
happened right
Yeah.
there. This is, I
Yeah.
do my best to explain to him
Yeah.
because he's
Information,
gonna,
education.
right. I mean, that's my,
Education.
because I know I was exposed to things that my parents never actually
Exposed you to. Yeah.
exposed me to.
Yeah.
And guess what I did?
Went nuts.
I was all like, crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they had no control of that.
I feel
Unless I probably would have thought about it different if they explain it in those moments where I was first exposed to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether it was a movie or a conversation my mom and her brother were having or whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They
Yeah.
should have,
However.
if I was there in the moment, they should have probably explained what the heck I was hearing.
What am I listening to?
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like a parent, you're supposed to be here as a teacher and a guide,
Yep.
not a fucking
Like a wall.
a fucking shield.
Yeah.
Because when they get exposed to the real world, that's why you have these dudes that fucking shoot up schools and stuff like that, because they're shield to the world. And when the first guy that comes up to them and punches them in the chest, they're like, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
You want to play me? I got Call of Duty. I know what's up. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
it's a crazy thing.
It is.
But to each its own. And we're all trying to figure this out. There's no right way, there's no wrong way. We just try to make it happen, make our
real.
kids successful. I want to die knowing my kids are able to support themselves. That's it.
Yep.
That's our goal as parents.
Well put, Mick.
Good job, Mick.
Well
Thank you.
put.
I like it. So go watch Disney Plus Mandalorian. I'm funny. Yeah, so no, that's really cool. Well, that was fun. Mick, thanks for the brain food that you just fed us.
Yeah, try.
No, that was awesome. So let us know what you think about it. What do you what are your thoughts on entertainment in kids' lives and all that kind of stuff? Did you like The Mandalorian season 2, episode 1? And are you excited for Cyberpunk? What do you think? What do you know? Where are you at with it? Let us know.
Let
Us.
us know down below.
Oh, you're a little poet. Oh, Mick. Easy. Well, cool. All right. Well, we're going to wrap this episode up. This has been a good one. I hope you had a wonderful Halloween weekend with your family and staying safe with COVID. Just housekeeping things at the end here. Be sure to check out our links down below. We always, say them at the end of the episode. I'm just going to point you to them at our video. They're in the description. They're to all of our social medias. They're to all of our where you can listen to us streaming on YouTube, all that stuff. All the links are there. Go follow them. And like us and give us reviews. They help our channel grow, and we really appreciate that. We had a few videos come out this week. They're Halloween. Last week they were Halloween based, and they were a lot of fun. So go check those out. We're not going to really promote them a ton on the Facebook page. They're gonna kind of just be in their own little world on YouTube. So be sure to like the YouTube page and put the bell notification on there. Ding. Stay tuned for the spoiler cast for Mandalorian. That's coming out later this week. And we're going to just get a really in-depth about the lore behind the show and what's going on with some of the things that happen in this episode and where the series might be going. I'm really excited to talk about it. I know these guys are too. And we hope you guys come along for that. But it's been a really great episode, and we hope you enjoyed it. And we are going to talk to you guys on the next one. I'm Steven, that's Mick, and that's Jason, and we three are the Geek Retreat. Hey, don't forget to let your geek out. See ya.